Spend some time with yourself. It's a very interesting concept. You notice how I didn't say spend some time by yourself. They're connected in some way. But to spend some time with yourself means a lot more. Look, we are social beings, human beings. And everything we do essentially involves an interaction with someone else, for someone else, or because of someone else, right? From when we're young, we have our parents around us, they socialize us, they train us in our values. We have our teachers who educate us, and we have our friends and peers who influence us. We have our career where we have bosses or people who work for us or co-workers. There's always that interaction and that constant bombardment of pleasing others, that chatter in our own minds of what do we need to do to be liked by our peers, by our loved ones, what we need to be respected. And this has been ingrained in us since childhood, right? Sometimes we need to recharge, right? Sometimes we need some inner reflection just to get grounded, to even slow down that passage of time. When we live in a routine of our interactions with others, time just goes by so fast. Do you find that as well? Things just move so quickly. I'll give you some examples from my life. So, I'm a practicing lawyer. I have a routine. I get up in the morning, I'll do a workout, say bye to the kids when my wife takes them to school, do some emails, take a shower, get ready, go to the office, so and so forth. And you know what? Before you know it, the day is done. You're back with dinner, play with the kids a bit, maybe watch a movie or something, whatever it is, and you're back to bed. And the days go by quickly, right? Do we ever take time to spend time with ourselves, to truly reflect what's going on inside us? I'm not talking about, isolating ourselves from the rest of the world, being lonely, because that also has significant impact on our mental health. If we are lonely, if we are without contact, without meaningful contact, that affects us. But no, folks, what I'm talking about is that spending some time by yourself, with yourself, right? With yourself. So you're contemplating. I'm not talking about idle time where, you're checking. I do this too. I'm guilty of sin, right? Checking TikTok, checking this message. I might be alone physically, but I'm interacting with the outside world in an electronic format nonstop. What I'm talking about and what I found works for me is just to do something where everything sort of stills itself and you can contemplate and thoughts will go through and you can think about them and come with solutions, or you can let them go and just appreciate what's around you. Become the observer. Observe everything around you and observe what's going inside you. And one of the ways that I find that I recharge with is morning walks. I do enjoy the summer months. I get up very early, and if I'm not lifting weights or doing a vigorous workout that day, so I'll get up before anybody else and do a bit of stretching, and I'm out the door and I go for slightly over an hour. A walk that has a variety to it. Some days it'll be a bit hilly. Some days it'll be sort of on a path where you do hear the cars and that. Sometimes in nature, but sometimes the mosquitoes bug you in the morning, so you spray, etc., etc. But what I find about that is that, yes, I think about things. I think about others. I think about work. I think about family. And, did this person say this to me? And did they wrong me? Just like everybody else. But you know what? When you center yourself as you're walking, and whatever activity you might be doing, you center yourself, you observe those thoughts. Smile at them. Observe them as they pass by you. It's almost like an active meditation when you spend time with yourself by, for example, walking. Okay? And before you know it, folks, before you know it, 1 hour is done. And then you're refreshed. You come back in, you have your breakfast, your protein shake, whatever it might be. You do your cleaning, get the kids to school or whatever it needs to do. But that ability to recharge is essential. It's almost like sleep. Many of us don't get enough sleep, for example. We have restless sleep. Sleep apnea, snoring, bad dreams, right? Waking up in the middle of the night, whatever it is, right? Sometimes that's difficult. But what I'm talking about is not sleeping. What I'm talking about is awareness, spending time with yourself, engaging in something that just centers you. It might be meditation. I've always found meditation difficult. The positions you sit in, the thoughts, I prefer the walk. But many people are more advanced than me and can sit and meditate and do that, right? For some people, it is the exercise, okay? And I think, as long as it's not monotonous and you're just going through a routine because that's what you do, if you're really experiencing some oneness with yourself, and that's certainly a way where you can do that, spend time with yourself. We all have relationships in this world, and the difference, our relationship with our spouse, our relationship with our children, with our parents, with grandparents, maybe even grandchildren, our relationship with teachers, with colleagues, with employers. And they're all important. They're all important to have. But I'll tell you something. The most important relationship you will ever have in your life is that relationship with yourself. Because if you have, your thoughts just keep coming and going erratic and you just can't get things done, and you have sort of that, in a way, I don't like to use the term bad, but an inadequate relationship with yourself, that's going to affect your relationship with your loved ones, right? But if you can ground yourself, self-observe, spend time with yourself, and it means, yes, when you spend time with yourself, you are actually away from others, away from those distractions, right? And just recharge. Your relationship with you yourself will be better, it'll be calmer, and in return, you'll be able to give more in your relationships. You won't be triggered so easy because you're more grounded. You'll know everybody has their own reality, right? If someone's arguing with you, a spouse or what have you, they've got their own motivation. They're going through their own struggles. Maybe they haven't spent enough time with themselves, but that's their choice. You can choose for yourself. And you can choose to be caught up nonstop with our social media, checking messages, checking our emails, checking that, this meeting, that meeting, deadlines, commitments that keep you in a constant state of stress and pass the years so quickly. Before you know it, you look back and you say, where did time go? Or you can do this. Get to know yourself by spending time with yourself. Recharge. Slow time down while you stay centered. Think about that, folks. I hope it's helped you. The Fragrant Lawyer, out.